Hey, what's up you guys? It's Andy. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to start off with a little story time. One night I was just, scrolling through NetGalley like I do, looking to see what sounded interesting. And there was a title I requested by Riptide Publishing. Not too long after I sent the request, a publicist from Riptide emailed me asking me if I would be interested in doing a review on my BookTube channel. And of course I said, yes, of course. This video isn't sponsored or anything like that. They just provided me with an arc of a book to read and then give my honest opinion about. Now, I wasn't under any obligation to only say good things about the book. If you guys don't know, Riptide publishes exclusively LGBTQ plus titles. So far, my experience with this publishing company has been wonderful, and I really look forward to hopefully working with them more in the future. So without further ado, let's talk about the book. The title I received for review was called Detour. It's by Reesa Herberth and Michelle Moore. This book follows two main characters named Ethan and Nick. Ethan has just graduated high school. He's still dealing with the loss of his former boyfriend. He and his past boyfriend had planned out a road trip to go on to from Virginia to California right after they graduated high school. Ethan's took it upon himself now to take this trip solo, or so he thought. Nick is the boy who just turned 18. He was at a conversion therapy camp, or a Pray the Gay Away camp that he was sent to by his parents. And as soon as he turned 18, he was able to just leave on his own. So he and Ethan cross paths and then start taking this trip together. This is a YA contemporary. I appreciated the representation this book offered. There was gay representation, the two main characters, and there was also some mental health representation. There was definitely some depression, PTSD, and anxiety going on. I'm going to keep this review spoiler free, but I do want to mention a few trigger warnings. So if you are someone that considers trigger warnings a spoiler, I'm going to make myself black and white, and then when I'm in color again, you can unmute it and go from there. Trigger warnings for panic attacks, depression, PTSD, gun violence, and emotional and physical abuse in a relationship. This is what I would consider a hard-hitting or like a deeper contemporary, not so light and fluffy. It definitely did have some dark themes, as you can gather. While this book did have some very emotional parts, overall it was very enjoyable. I don't want to say that it was light and fluffy, but it wasn't too deep most of the time. And the way they talked to each other and their witty back and forth was just so cute. Both of these characters have some dark things that have happened to them that they're trying to overcome. But what I really appreciated about this book is it wasn't their relationship made them better. They each kind of separated toward the end and figured things out for themselves. So it wasn't the relationship made them better. They saw things for themselves and grew with each other as a couple. Let's talk about character development, which is something that's very important to me. Given Nick's history with the conversion therapy camp he was in, he's having a hard time trusting people and dealing with physical touch. He starts to come over that and is more willing to accept help from people that are well-intentioned and not shutting everyone out because he's had such hard experiences. He makes strides to overcome the abuse that he's been put through. The abusive relationship he dealt with in his past was difficult for me personally to read, but I appreciated how it was done. The guy that he was with was a complete jerk, loser, scum of the earth, and put him through it was mostly emotional abuse, which turned physical. Some of it I related to on a personal level, which made it difficult, but we're not really going to go into that right now. Ethan's character development. In Ethan's previous relationship with his ex-boyfriend, Scott, he mostly just went with the flow and did things that Scott wanted to. The whole road trip that he had planned out were places that Scott wanted to see. Things that Ethan didn't really care about, such as going to Bristol. He didn't even like country music, like going to Dolly World. Those weren't things he wanted to do. So during the trip, you find him start doing things that he actually wanted and kind of strays away from the original plan that involved Scott. Throughout the book, Ethan has a lot of guilt regarding Scott and getting over the loss of having him in his life. At the end of the book, I don't want to give anything away, but he does get some closure with that and kind of comes to terms with it better than he had been. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I see that the title says in parentheses transportation number 1. So if there's going to be more books about Ethan and Nick, I will totally read them. I can't wait. So overall, if you're looking for a YA contemporary that deals with some tough subjects and has wonderful LGBTQ characters, definitely check Detour out. It was pretty great. Once again, thanks to Riptide Publishing for providing me with this art to review. I'll link their website and the link to the book down below. It can be purchased starting Monday, May 7th. Once again, I'm not sponsored. Anyone that buys this book, I get nothing for it whatsoever. I just want to link it so that if you guys are interested, it's easy for you to find. That's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll link my Goodreads and Twitter down below. And until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!